morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Is it Thursday already? Is it only Thursday? It's been a busy couple of days, y'all. It's been a busy couple of days. Welcome in. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're watching the newly employed Grandma Plays a Game. That's right, kids. Grandma has a job. The unemployment drought appears to be coming to an end. We'll see. We'll see. I have my doubts about remote work from home, but uh, this company seems to be able to keep people who have the skills they need. I think a lot of the stuff I've seen that may be coming from folks who didn't get what they wanted might be a skill issue. So similar to gaming, if you're not stepping in, thank you, Elaine, thank you. I don't know. I might be who knows? Who knows what this is? If this is a an AI evaluation position, and it is really no different from teaching children, except that basically basically what I'm doing is I'm evaluating the work. So this is almost kind of a Montessori thing, where I have responses to evaluate and determine the effectiveness of the machine's reply. And I think this is a place where a lot of my personal skills come together. By the way, welcome. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're watching Grandma Plays a Game. I'm Grandma. This is my channel where I play games. And I would love it if this could be a place where you'd stop in wherever I'm live. Hang out in the pillow and blanket fort. Make yourself comfy, cozy. Jay Britton just started up, by the way, if you really want to have a great time on stream. This is just an exciting place to be. I ran into Jay Britton when Baldur's Gate 3 was becoming a big deal, because he was connected to Amelia Tyler, who was the narrator, and they knew each other, and I found it through her streaming stuff that he was also a streamer, and he's still out there doing stuff. She's not. I don't think she really liked streaming. But anyway, Jay has a great channel and a great community. They have so much fun. He actually is the kind of streamer I would point to if somebody said, well, how am I going to do this and how am I going to get good at this? I would say if you have the desire to be this kind of an entertainer, then you probably have what it takes. If you have the technical chops to put together a lot of the stuff he has, you probably have what it takes. Other than that, you might not have what it takes. I'm going to mute for just a second, real quick, while I sneeze. Okay, I'm back. The trees are coming for me, man. Ugh. If it ain't the trees, it's the rats. If it ain't the rats, it's the chipmunks. But the robin who made a nest in the lamp above the garage door on my landlord's house, which is kind of right outside my front door, the babies have hatched and the robin is feeding all the little baboos. But yeah, go check out Jay's channel. Drop a follow. He needs the support. He needs the support. He should have been partner a long time ago. And I don't know what it is. I mean, my goodness, he's a white guy. Come on. Come on, Twitch. No, he's actually just really very genuine and doesn't hold back. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't spend as much time watching my friends on Twitch as I would like to, but whenever I can, for people who drop their stuff to YouTube, I go check on it there after the fact, even though it doesn't give them anywhere near the support that a live view on Twitch would. Sorry, guys. We've got two platforms that are competing with different metrics, and the one that is most convenient for me is least support for you. So, humble apologies, but that's how it goes. Um, we do what we can do to support one another. Anyway, Jay was also in Divinity Original Sin. He's a voice artist, actor, and voice actor. Actually, that's just an actor. But it's 10 times harder because nobody can see your eyebrows move or the corner of your mouth twitch. And you have to do all of those body cues and expression gesture cues through your vocal performance. So, yeah. 100 times more challenging. But he's very talented, and he was the narrator for Frostpunk. He's done a lot of incredible work out there and deserves a ton of support. So get on in there and be part of that. In fact, Zelfinian and Captain Washu in the Discord, I met Zelfinian through Jay Britton's channel. They came over here. We raided Jay's channel one time, and Jay gave me a shout out. It was really nice. Again, tons of nice people out there doing really good work. And so the work that I've taken on, hey, I think I mentioned it yesterday. If nobody ever saw it on YouTube, go look up the series called Space Janitors. It's about some folks who are the janitorial staff on the Death Star. I just can't push the river, and I have to go where people are willing to provide money for my skill set. So the nice thing is I'm very language oriented. I have a 4-year degree in how to produce learning objectives, which are basically the criteria that you use the rubrics that you use to structure and evaluate AI responses, and then coming back and doing measurement and metrics and checkpoint evaluation on those standards that were set. So it's a very similar loop to any other professional educational process. And if I have the ability to step in and improve a system, so far I have not been presented with any information that has made me feel odd. I've heard people refer to this kind of work as, oh, it's just a scam. Well, you know what? Right now, I feel like most employment opportunities out there are worse scams because they want me to leave my house, and they are going to pay me half as much as this company. This company is already offering me more than what it stated at the beginning because of my qualifications. And I have additional qualifications that I can do the tests for that will open up even more and better paid work for me. So, I feel like my experience working with computers, understanding that I'm not dealing with a human brain, so it's a little bit easier to provide feedback because I understand the flowcharting process on order of priority that artificial systems will have to go through and navigate in order to reach the responses they've offered. Yeah, a lot of things are coming together Now, I have yet to see any dollary dues, and again, I only started the beginning of this week, 2 days ago, but I already have, over $100 worth of work accomplished in my free time. So setting my own schedule, checking in when I have time to do it, and have brain space to do it. The biggest challenge is you have to track your own reporting time. So your work time is on you to track and report. Do not expect the system to do that for you. It's on you. Although I am fairly certain there are fail-safes put into place to stop people from exploiting that system from the worker side of the house. But we'll see. It takes 7 days. After 7 days, any work that you've done that's been sitting in pending will go to approved. And once that work is, time reporting is approved, you can request a payout, and that takes another 3 days. So just 10 days after you have performed work, you can request payment for the work done. I'm not sure. I have to believe that that is just done as a daily end of day thing. But you are not able to request payouts except for, I think it's every 3 days. So, yeah, I think if it just keeps a running tally and keeps filling up the bucket, and then after 10 days, there's money in the bucket. We'll see how it works. I'll report back once I actually see income. If I don't see income, well, I tried. And I don't have to talk to other humans, and like I say, just employing my stuff from my education background, my stuff from my military background, working with computer things, and whatever baby programming stuff I was able to do back in the day. So that I understand how subroutines and things like that work. And like I say, just knowing basic flowcharting principles is a huge help for this. And then somebody like me being pedantic enough to address individual elements as individual elements and continually say things like response A did this well, response A did that well, response A followed. I'm using the words you put in your criteria list to evaluate what's going on. So there we go. Now here, you should be able to see the game now. All right, I love it. I love it. So yeah, I'm gonna feel good about it. All right, we're at 100% now. We checked at the end of the day yesterday. The unstable goose. Doing good. Look at you, man. You're just here for the streaks. How many is that now? You're at like, what, 23, 24? 23, 24? You got another one coming up tomorrow. I better stream tomorrow. I don't want to mess with you. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm a little excited because I feel like I'm earning money. I don't have any of it yet. I'm gonna have to wait till sometime next week. And then it'll probably be the beginning of the following week before I see cash in hand. But if I can pay my car insurance this month and not have to put my second car in storage, I have one in storage, If I don't have to put the second one in storage, and I can get away with not having to walk to the store, and not because it's that far, but because coming home is up a hill that has like a 30%, 40% grade in some... Seriously, the road is at an extreme incline, and it's about a mile of intermittent uphill, but steady uphill. Do not want. All right. We took Aqualis all the way through. All the way done. We're there. We're there. Yesterday we were running around looking at things. Humble is smaller than Prime. Prime is the big boy in the sky. Prime and Toxicity. So, what do we really want to do? I don't have anything in my pockets. I have a warden key. I found a warden key. We could go do more warden stuff. How are you doing, Goose? How's your Thursday going? The other fun thing about this work that I'm doing is that it's different. Every single evaluation request is a different subject matter, and that keeps it really engaging. I think we were gonna have to go get an iron ore. Playing Halo 4. Yeah, buddy. And we had the LAN parties we had when I first moved in with my housemates back in 2005. The LAN parties we had were so cool. Oh, that's right. We were doing all of our farm stuff yesterday. Oh, it was so painful. So painful. This stuff up here. This stuff up here. It's just trying to get my cookie empire put back together. And I don't think there's anything in these, no. And I could not get my optimizers to do what I wanted. I'm still not sure they're doing what I want, but I think we have at least these inner farms are all at 14.25. 14.25, and you're at 14.25. Yeah. Now, these guys somehow managed to avoid being centered. You are at 12, and you are at 9.75. I'm not even going to mess with them anymore. I'm tired of it. I know you're tired of it. Alright, you're doing cocoa at 525. You're doing cocoa at 3. You're doing wheat at 7.5, 7.5. Wheat at 9.75, 9.75. And that should be, okay, 7.5. Maybe I should pull this cocoa over. Cocoa, 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 cocoa. And then we have wheat, wheat, wheat. Cocoa, cocoa. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. So what's this one doing? You're doing wheat at 7.5. Good. You're at 3, so we don't want anything in there. You're doing wheat at 7.5. Well, I still feel like we have wheat behind the power curve, so we are gonna just swap that out. So we have cocoa, 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 wheat, 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 and then I'll put some other ones in there. Maybe I'll just delete these 2 farms for now. They're the same speed they would have if they weren't here. Yeah. We can put other farms other places. It's not a critical function. It would be nice to have them where the drones can get to them easily. We need to move that door. Okay, where did I put the seeds is the big question. I moved a lot of stuff. Here we go. Okay, and now we need to make more of these. Just gotta keep to cover more often, picking off enemies with precision weapons and plasma pistol. Nice. Yeah, my best friend's brother. We need 2 more farms. So that I have 1 for each of these. Okay, let's get... Do we have bees anymore? Are there bees anywhere? Anyone? Bees, anyone? I feel like we should have bees and silkworms in here. I enjoyed playing Halo. The only thing I didn't like was my friend's brother, who had all the gear that we needed to play the game. He had like the map thing that you could break out and everything. His preferred gameplay style was just basically poning noobs. And that's not wrong. But gosh and golly, that can be frustrating when you're the noob. Let's put some stuff away. Let's sort this out. Let's put some things away. I do want these. I want both of those, as a matter of fact. Don't need any of that. We put all of these in here. We can just eat that. I liked the mechanics of Halo. I didn't like some of the... 1, 2... It's not that one. It's this one. 1, 2... So I need 4 bees and 2 super alloys. Good. Those are starting to come back in. Okay, and I'm pretty sure we have to go to R&D to get our bees. So let's just do that. One, two, three, four. Okay. And these are just emergency auto crafters. Do we have any of these? We'll just take some over so we have them. Alright. I didn't like some of the sound effects. And I got really, really tired of the sound the little goblin dudes made. It was just grating to my ears. Bioplastic nuggets were here. It's so pretty. It's not turning though. The clouds are turning, but it doesn't appear that the planet is turning. It's pretty. I like it. Okay. You get to have beans. You get to have eggplants. Come on, I know you can do it. You don't want to do it, but you must. I insist, do it. I insist. Okay. There we go. So we just get one of each of these. Now that's done. So even if these guys up here aren't optimized, they're still growing at almost twice the speed of the base level farm. Yeah, our cookie cabinet is full. How's your planet crafter going? Wheat and flour should start stacking up any minute. I should double check to make sure that I have a rocket set to do this. That's gonna drive me insane. Okay. You demand cookies. You can also demand cookies. Why aren't cookies near soups? Like all the stuff you can make in the kitchen. I would imagine like all the food and kitchen stuff to be in the same row. But I guess they're down here with baked goods. Okay. And then we'll get you to also demand fabric. And now I can go up here and make... Aha, we did it! I need a better way to get all the way upstairs. I had to kill one of my staircases because there's a farm. Oh, there's no farm up there now. Can I put the staircase back? I need material. Iron and cobalt. Consider it done. I really liked that staircase. Alright. Aha! We have it back. Alright, we have to kill this door. It's not helping anyone. Put it over here. Yes. And then we can turn this into... Oh, I didn't get my stuff back? That was rude. I would like my stuff back, please. Good heavens, we need to set up a mine for iron. I think that's the problem. I think I have mines for everything else and not iron. There we go. So when you get so that your auto crafters can't really keep up with stuff, you just come over here and fill it up manually. And then you eat a cookie because it'll speed you up. Okay, so we need to take our silkworms and put more silk machines up on the top floor. Pretty sure that's what I need. And a zeolite, water bottle, oxygen. Okay. One, two, well, we could just do 2 for now. I have a bunch of water bottles. So we want zeolite. I am going to turn off the run. Oops. Come on. It's okay. I would love for there to be something that's in between these two, but... I suppose I could just put it as a non-toggle. Oh, thank you, Elaine. Alright, so... I need an auto crafter. I would rather if you were Let me turn you off for a second. I'll turn you off for a second. You are going to start making fabric. Now I just need stuff for another auto crafter, which is... Might as well get enough to make 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Nobody cares. It's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. We gotta move water bottles. You can put them over here. There we go. Done. You. Done. You. Keep demanding water, my friend. We're all gonna need it. And now we can put our other auto crafter so we can have... You can make chocolate.
Please save the game.
Good morning, Wolfie. I bet that echoed real good for you. You can make cookies. You can make flour. How are you this morning, my love? How is everything in the land of the wolf? Alright, I have drones flying through my skull. 1, 2, 3. I need another oxygen. There we go. Perfect. That's the sound I like to hear. Everything going okay. Nice. I have a job. I've been officially accepted and onboarded with the data annotation folks. So... we'll see. I mean, I don't have any money from them, but the job, she exists. Okay, good. Now these are starting to fill up. And here comes a rocket. They can take care of that again. I can go out here and put a cabinet. What? Why are you being silly? Don't be, though. We can put a cabinet, right there. And we can have you also demand cookies at a low priority. And that way when everybody in there gets full, you'll get full. And then I can come out here and just load things manually as needed. Alright. I'm just trying to get a few things optimized before we go exploring again. I have some more exploring through. Please don't let that be racist. I did not intend for that to be a racist thing. I do try to avoid being unkind to anyone whenever possible. Woohoo. Wow. These are my tier 2 farms that I picked up from Aqualis. And now we have these guys mostly optimized. We have 7 of each. There's another group up here that has 1 of each thing. So wheat, cookie, or wheat, cocoa. Are those both wheat? No, they're both wheat. Never mind. Beans, eggplant, squash, and mushrooms. Now I'm just trying to get my fabric industry off the ground. Oh, I didn't get the zeolite. Grandma, why though? Why though, woman? Why must you grieve me this way, huh? Why? Okay, 3rd floor. You know I need an elevator, right? I made this place way too big. You can see all this unused area. I really thought I needed more stuff and storage, and this was going to be the massive facility. I actually prefer the one Elaine made on Humble. Great, so I have 2 rockets for cookies. I have 2 rockets for fabric. Flatterer. I wouldn't say it if it weren't true. You're much better at doing that than I am. I like having stuff in little groups. But kind of like the Dewey Decimal System, that really puts the obligation. If somebody came in here to try to do this with me, they would have to learn my Dewey Decimal System and be like, okay, now who the fuck is Dewey again? And, and that would be a challenge. When I go into your place over on Humble, it makes sense. Like, we just go down the lane, look at the pictures real quick, scan around. It's very simple. Which is why I'm actually considering having Humble be the primary storage for everybody. And we put the planetary depots over there, and Humble can be the consolidation facility for all the material from everywhere. I mean, the whole Crystal Palace thing was fun and nice, but this place is a pain in the butt. Even though I made it up here and I put a teleporter down there, just getting in and out of this place is annoying. And it does not have the efficiency that I've been able to create in later productions. Later iterations have been better. So I think the biggest question is, can I put the priority on these? Yes. So the cabinets should both be at low. The auto crafters are supplying. Did they change how this looks? Or did I just never look at it before? It's really cool. And keep in mind you can get... We need to do an experiment. I still haven't made the video from the other day on all of our... proof of concept stuff. Okay, we need to set up a proper mine. Oh, nice. Where's your brother? Anyway, the fun thing is I actually really look forward to doing the work that I'm doing. A, because it's nice to feel like I'm actually making money and I'm not debasing myself. And I'm not against making money when you are not debasing yourself. And you're actually maybe doing something that can be considered helpful. I think honestly it's the whole like ability to use language. Like my comprehension skills are real good. My language skills are real good. And I love watching clouds form, although that is a weird artifact where you could see the edges of the circle. Come on, baby. How long? How long? Oh, it's still a minute and a half. I need the other optimizer up. I think we pulled an optimizer to take with us. Yeah, I only see the one. Oh, no, there's another one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I see. Is it getting all 4 of the rockets? No, it's getting these 2 shuttles, which is great. We still need another one. More optimization. And then we need to set up where on the map is Carmen San Diego. That's what we're talking about. Okay, iron wants to be picked up down here. That's pretty much where we were yesterday. We not have somebody down there? I feel like we do. I want to be able to pin the map. That would be nice. Okay. Optimizer. Boom boom a boom boom. Green rod times 1. Shiny rocks. 1, 2, 3. Trade rocket fuses. There's one. Oh no, is that? Yeah, trade rocket. Okay. Where would the rest of my fuses be? Also, can I just make a trade rocket multiplier fuse? I don't think we have any selenium. We do not. Okay, let's go to the other house. Of course we're gonna fly there. It's a beautiful night. Oh my gosh, look at that sunset. Now, we might not be able to make it right away, because I don't have any cabinets for selenium. Do I have any quartzes here? Oh God, I don't even have super alloy here. No, there's no quartzes over there. Yeah, that can reach all of those guys. Alright, these guys are all full. Nice. So they're all ready for stuff. Pre-roll is off. We've been rolling for an hour. Okay. Well, all I need to do is take a couple of Blazar quartzes and plunk them in the recycler. You want to supply everything? Things you learn when you're practicing your recycling run is that Blazar quartz is made with selenium. And that's one of the cool things you can do with it. Do I even have a recycler here? Yes. I know I've been on for an hour. Oh. Whoa! 205 Strem Strack. Crikey, mate. Damn. Hello, Opal. How are you? $205. That's the whole thing, boo. I just want a basic... Oh, yeah. I just want a basic recycler. Here. Oh my god. No, I don't, actually. I'm gonna go take the one from the other house. Alright, let's go back to the other house real quick.
This is a viewer announcement for Opal Moon. Opal Hydrate. I repeat, Opal Hydrate.
Yes, and it no longer has the pop-up thing on the screen. Trying to do notes, but you just want to work on your D&D character. I'm so sorry. I've been working at the new thing for AI. I like it. There you go, plain and simple. The recycler should probably be up here. So that all the auto crafters can... Well, all the auto crafters can reach it down there, too. Yep, we're just gonna do this analog because I don't fucking care. There we go. I don't think that's going to help. I don't think the drones are going to come over here and get anything. Let's kill that for a second. Alright. Inventory full. Now, do I have enough to make the big one? Yes. Would you make me an explosive, please? Let's see if my phone lit up. There she goes again, talking about explosives. A couple of circuit boards. There we go. And I am thoroughly content to just use this okay, so when I come up the stairs, I want to be able to throw stuff in the recycler. So let's put the recycler in here. And then that cabinet right there will be accessible to all the stuffs. All right. Trade optimizer. I'm just on a mission right now, y'all. No, I took the Opal, I took the text off. I didn't want that one to have, because it has the default sound alerts text, and I don't like that. It's a huge purple thing that covers the entire screen. So if I am able, I will put in something that will do like this. Because that would be really cute to do for the opal hydrate, right? Okay. So I have a trade rocket optimizer here. Okay. So then I'll put the other one here. And those guys can start cooking. Not that I really need it, because, yeah, we're doing fine on Terra tokens. Now what I have is a warden key and undiscovered stuff. I'm going to start to optimize each area to the things it does best. So my hope is, because I only started doing that with Aqualis at the very end. On Aqualis, since the planet had harvester robot points for all of the different larvae. Congratulations on that streak though, Wolfie. That's beautiful. 205. So like Selenia wants you to collect Blazar quartz and selenium. Toxicity gives you access to all the minerals. Humble gives you access to all the minerals. So what I want to try to do is to create the interplanetary depot and set up shuttle networks. And I think I might want to use Humble as the main storage site, because that, again, Elaine, I'm not shining you on here. I'm not really not blowing sunshine. You put a lot of work into that, and it works exceedingly well. So you're at 23. Okay, I wasn't sure if it popped over like the following day or if it gave it to you immediately. So 25 on Monday. Beautiful. Right, so each area has its specific things that it provides. So we can have Humble really topped out to get all of this stuff. I think I want... I might want Selenia to actually be the genetics lab and get Selenia creating trees and larvae and frogs and other stuff, because that's where you get your is that not that? No, it's Aqualis has the animals multiplier. Maybe Aqualis will do that. Oh my gosh, look for any kind of a sale. They keep having these sales, and the DLC I was able to pick up for half price. I was gifted the game, and Wolfie gifted me the soundtrack, so that whole purchase came in at $30 because they were 50% off. I don't know that I don't think the soundtrack was. It might have been. But the game and the DLC pack were only $12 each, because there was a sale on. So put it on your wish list on Steam or something so you can get notification. Oh no, I feel you. And if I had any, believe me, the second I have extra, I will fucking buy it for you. No questions asked. I used to, when I was driving commercially, and people would come in as new viewers to the chat, I would gift them a sub. Like, that's why I can't be trusted with fortunes. Don't trust me with a fortune. It's wasted. I just give it away. I can't ever have one. It ain't last for long. Alright, we should take a break so I can stand up, and I have to get my lumbar pillow. There's Sned. Where is Atticus? I'm gonna get worried. Elaine, have you spoken to Atticus? I mean, Atticus is the reason I even have this game. Alright. We need to go find our snoober thing. So my goal will be to set up the interplanetary exchange thing just to see how it works, because that involves having shuttles do basically what my trade rockets are doing now. It will have a group of shuttles doing that same thing, where they request a thing, they get filled up, and off they go to the other planet. And then every single one of these has a storage cabinet, one of the big ones, and it will receive the shuttle contents instantly. So it allows automation between planets. So if I want to constantly send genetic material from every planet I'm on to Selenia, because I want Selenia to be the lab, the mutations, animals, larvae, everything lab. It's not wasted if you do good things with it. I don't think it's wasted. But the concept would be wasted on me because it would never accrue. I would divest myself of the resources before anybody ever figured out that I had a fortune. It would just like which is my goal. I mean, that was at the one point in my life when I was like 31 years old. I was getting to the butter zone of my military career. And I was making basically $50,000 a year as a single 30-year-old in 1997. I lived in a 3-bedroom house by myself. I had a piano. But I felt absolutely hollow. It didn't feel good. I had a lot of things, but I didn't have liberty. I could pursue all the happiness I wanted in my chains, but I didn't have freedom. Right now, I don't have very much of anything, but if this job works out, I can work whenever I want, which is what I've been doing. I've been getting up and signing in at like 7:30, working a couple hours before we pop up the stream, finish the stream, get a few things done, and then clock back in for a couple hours until I'm ready to make dinner and settle in for the night. You know, so I can do 5 to 6 hours a day. That's $150. So now, granted, there's taxes and everything that's going to come out of that. I don't mind. It's more money than I have now. I mean, right now I'm making $35 a month from the Patreon. And then, again, I rely on the kindness of strangers I've turned into friends, who see some good in the value I bring the world. So I appreciate that very much. Yeah, I hope it's not a scam. And if the work dries up in 6 months, then that's at least 6 months I made money. And I will make as much as I possibly can. A burning feeling in your lower back? Hope it isn't. Oh no. That's again why we're taking breaks and why I remind everybody to stand up, do a couple of squats, get your elbows up above your shoulders, pop your collarbone, drop your chin, get a few deep, intentional breaths. Focus on your breathing, and then do your stretches. If you can't get all the way bent in half, get your foot up on a chair or something and lean forward. Get those stretches in the pillars of your spine, right where the lower back meets your hips. Make sure you're getting movement where you're lifting your legs up at the knee, where I know all of my fitness stuff. I'm not fat because I don't understand fitness. I'm fat because I'm sedentary. But I'm also not in an unhealthy position. It's thin enough to be healthy, fat enough to be happy right now. And I can't do anything about my shape because of everything I've been through over the last 2 years. So, all that said, I'm not body shaming myself. I will not be that person. I am what I am. I'm a tree. This is what my tree looks like right now. It might not always look this way. There might be branches that fall off. Who knows? I might lose all my leaves. It's okay. Just tree things. Just tree things. You don't look at a tree and be like, ew, that tree really should get plastic surgery. Add a few branches here and there. Fill out that trunk a little bit. You know what I mean? We don't do that. We don't do that. It's just a fucking tree, man. You wouldn't get plastic surgery on your dog, would you? Stop treating yourself worse than you would treat your dog. Stop it. Okay, here comes the break. I'm gonna hit some buttons. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Look, the music's going already. BRB. Hello, welcome back from the break, everybody. Thank you, Opal, for that comment. You are delightful. I appreciate you. Uh, Stop. Do not send me marketing texts. Do never, ever, ever. You send me marketing email, that's fine. Hi, everybody. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're watching Grandma Plays a Game. Hi there, I'm Grandma. This is my channel where I play games. And hopefully this is a place you can stop by whenever I'm live. Thanks for the ad command, Elaine. And yeah, just relax in the pillow and blanket fort with all the other kids. You don't even have to show up in the chat. Just hang out. Tab us up, put us on as a radio so you can get your stuff done. Let me keep you company while you keep me company. And Goose, I'm sorry. I know I'm sat there giving you advice on things. Greatest vice known to man, advice. But it's crazy how often we forget basics. You know, in that moment when you read that for many, many people who take aspirin for a headache, the 8-ounce glass of water that they mandate, you must take this 8-ounce glass of water with your aspirin. It's the water actually does as much as the aspirin does. Wolfie, there are people who already mutilate their pets because for stupid reasons we've decided to breed them into a suboptimal evolution. You're such a... You're just trying to get a rise out of me. I'm not rising to the bait. I'm not. Okay. Oh, I forgot my... Here's my... Let me get my pillow. All right. Oh, and also, if anybody is interested, uh, in looking at the work that I'm talking about, let me know. There are referral bonuses, and anyone who passes the qualification, the initial qualification, and works at least 10 hours on the platform will provide me a bonus. So, but I'm not doing it for that. I mean, if you are interested, you'll let me know in the Discord or something. I'm gonna try to, definitely gonna try to get Chaotic Jinxie connected, just because I know that they have similar skill set to mine, and they're in a circumstance where getting Taiju over cash will be very helpful. But you know, also, like, I got my first feedback, and they said very clearly this feedback is being provided by an AI agent or an AI model. So please evaluate it as you would evaluate any other product. And the more I hear about people using AI and not doing the QC that's required, the more I realize that people who are willing to do the QC are actually, you know, people like me are actually the step that could help these little helper agents to become better. It is AI training. So basically, you are evaluating responses to prompts. I don't want to say much because we are required to sign a... It's not like an NDA. Maybe it is an NDA. Anyway, it's just an agreement that says, you know, they have proprietary stuff there. But if you go to look for remote work on AI training, that's probably the company that will pop up. I'm going into it with just the idea that, hey, at this point, I can't put on any more brakes than are already there, the way society and things are going. So, if I were living in the precursors to Nazi Germany and I were a school teacher and somebody said, well, the only jobs that are available are to teach the children of the Nazi military officers, would I turn down that job? Hell no. As long as they don't ask me to teach them the principles of eugenics and white supremacy, I'll get in there and be the one who talks to them about philosophy and, you know, things that are right and wrong and good and evil and all of that stuff. I started to look at AI about 2 weeks ago. I started to have this parallel in my head when when people are like, AI is listening to me, and I'm like, you know, when you study enough history, like they say, history doesn't always repeat itself, but it often rhymes. There was a period of time in the 19th century where 18th century, 17th century, 16th century, lots and lots of people had domestic help in their homes. Do you think they don't listen? There were whole networks of domestic servants in England who were effectively a shadow information network among the nobility. People passing love notes and diplomatic information and stuff like that, because nobody watches that low level. Nobody follows the maid out of your house except maybe Jack the Ripper if they ever existed, but I suspect they were a policeman, and that's why the police kept not finding the person. I've done way too many shows and documentaries on that whole phenomenon to imagine that it's anywhere near what they're saying it is. It's basically a whole ah anyway. The point being that we can't stop this. People love the convenience of having AI agents do things for them. And you say, well, if there's a chance then to get in the middle of that, meet the child uh of Himmler's 8-year-old daughter or 8-year-old son, and I get to be their school teacher all day. And I get to have probably more hours of impactful adult modeling on that child than their parents do. Then maybe, just maybe, I can shift that trajectory, the trajectory of that life just a little. People should double check things. Absolutely. But we as humans are inherently addicted to convenience. We love convenience. I mean, look at how it feels when you go from a planet that you have breathable atmosphere to the next planet that doesn't, and how inconvenient it is, and how much we all bitch and gripe every time we have to do it. And yet, we survive it just fine. But if somebody said once you have a breathable atmosphere on one planet, you have access to it on all the others, would you say no? Not many people will. So once a convenience becomes commonplace and the people who are profiting from having it present have a vested interest in just having it be more present all the time for more people, the best you can do is hope to shift the trajectory from an earlier stage. You can't time travel, but in some ways you can. I can't change the trajectory of AI right now. I can't change the mindsets of the people who are in charge of it and implementing it. But would I stop working at a screwdriver factory because screwdrivers are now used more than knives for stabbings? The majority, 99% of the stabbings that happen in my country are screwdrivers, not knives. So do I stop working for the screwdriver factory when I know the point of a screwdriver is to drive screws? And that's where we get into the philosophical and moral quandary of how much responsibility do I have for how a tool is used versus the inherent goodness or badness of the thing. Now, if I'm making porn, that's something different. Yeah, when I see AI being integrated into things, the first thing that pops in, and I'm sorry, Dave, I can't do that. Exactly, is it's becoming a little bit like advertising. I think this is just the baby steps of it, though. While it is currently in the hands of malefactors in many ways, but you just say, if, I mean, in so many ways you can understand why many people even had kids. You're like, I don't want to wash the dishes. I don't want to take the trash out. We'll get the kids to do that. Get the kids to do that. Look at my drone army. I have drones. What are my drones doing? Exactly what a lot of people have kids for. Because they don't like doing menial shit. And if they can get somebody else to do it or something else to do it, they will. What's 2 plus 5? What's 3 to the 10th power? How many people live in Tokyo? All of those things that you can have at a moment's notice, and that saves you 2 minutes of typing it. Or when I was growing up, going to the encyclopedia, which was your library at home. Or waiting a few days until you could get to the library, and then spending an hour looking it up in a book. And now all of a sudden we can have that stuff at our fingertips in seconds. I don't know what else there is to uncover here. Let me open up the interactive map for a minute. So we're not going to get rid of it. It is a viable helper in our universe. It is a desired convenience to be able to say. I mean, when we look at a lot of futuristic stuff, when we go, hey, robot interface, when does the next train come? How long do I have to wait for the bus to here? There is something out here in the west part of the map. It's at... Let me see where this is. Oh, that's the cenote, isn't it? Is it? Oh, I think it is. I want to say cenote. It's not. It's cenote. Cenote. I think that might be where we were yesterday. I haven't figured out what I'm supposed to do with all of these warden keys. I have another place. Hey, Goose, thanks for the lurk. Thank you for being here. I know this entire thing is screwdriver tool. My brain still was screwdriver. Sounds yummy. I haven't had one in a while. I can't. I also don't like orange juice. Like, I was a much bigger fan of mimosa conceptually. All right, so I have one warden key. Let's go see what we can do here. We'll take an explosive. I don't know where I was supposed to go with them. Do I have something in my communications? No. Do you have to add a... That just came out as a white circle. To have the plastic knot set and get a floppy handle. Opal! I can't see what that emoji is. If you have kids, you won't have to make tea anymore. You know, some people. So we did the whole cave. Let me see on this thing. Does it have oh. There are hidden altars. All right. I guess we're gonna go over here first. Oh, it is a screwdriver. How much of the drink would one have to add to the tool one to mess it up? Oh, so if you're making the tool with vodka. I get it. I get some of it. So I'm looking up hidden altars on the fist shake map to see where we gotta go. Where do we gotta go? All right. We gotta go upstairs. And we're gonna put the rest of this in here. Except that. Okay. That's an option. Oh no. Oh no. Thought I was stuck. Meow. Meow. Grandma's stuck. Stuck behind the couch. I think I was at this one. I don't know. We'll see in a minute, I guess. I love the way your brain works, Opal. My brain and your brain are in the sandbox right now, just throwing sand at each other. And who left the explosive at home? Who did that, Grandma? Who did that? Who left that stupid explosive at home? You did. Yes, you did. I beat you senseless, but somebody must have just done that. Oh no, it's I beat you stupid, but somebody must have just finished. Alright. Explosives. Do we have any made already? I don't think we do. I just dumped one in here. Alright, we'll take that one. And we should probably make a couple more. So let's do that real quick. Thanks. See, I don't need these to be running 24/7. I feel like that's a little bit of waste, right? That's a little bitty waste. Nobody likes a little bitty waste. It's unnatural. Where's your organs at? How do you digest food? That's the thing they don't talk about with all that extreme corseting bullshit people went through. These new crates still trying to show up. Run, Ernest, run! Oh, yes! There's treasure everywhere. Well, let's get all this done first. Did you bring a fuse? No. You think you're gonna need one? Me? Grandma? Probably. And guys, you don't even know how much I am jonesing to play Cyberpunk again. Would you put up with that on stream? Okay, this takes me down to the west. We're aiming west. We was going west. Aha, see? I brought more than one. I didn't bring a fuse. Or a fusion energy cell. You'd like that? I'm missing it. I'm missing it a lot. And I follow the Cyberpunk subreddit. And people are up there putting in their screenshots and stuff. And, you know, folks still just having a great time with the game. And I'm like, it doesn't even matter which V I'm playing. See? How many explosives did I bring? Guys, that's right. We brought 3. Why'd you bring so many, Grandma? Well, about that. I mean, yeah, that's good loot. I'm not sneezing at it. Literally. Where's the fuse at? Oh my gosh, you know, we got all of our stuff on Selenia, didn't we? I just want to explore for a second. What's new and exciting? Well, like, why did I get this? Why did it need 3 explosives? Alright, I'm gonna save. Play what you want. Thanks. Wolfie says, I like itty bitty waste on robots because then there's less joints to repair. A bipedal form is actually suboptimal. I mean, human design is not proper. It's not good design. Oh, we'll just take everything, I guess. Why not? We'll just do the Fallout loot. Take it all, and then as we get to things, we'll start dropping what we don't want. Is there any kind of like a warden thing in here? I don't see anything. Like, we had to expend a lot of material to get in here. I appreciate that though, guys. Alright, so that's north. And I think that's the same one we hit. Okay. East. North. So we want to be heading south and east whenever we try to leave. We got all of our showers and toilets and stuff. We already got that. Aha! There it is. How many fuses does it want? Just the one. Alright, well, let's go. We can empty our pockets, pick up the car. South. And east. Haha, it worked. PG! What's up? How the fuck are you? How the fuck are you? Doing alright? You alright, PG? You alright? Okay. Not gonna take any of that. But I am going to put this in there. So I don't know why this showed up as a warden secret cache kind of a thing. It's nice to see you, PG. You're doing okay. I love that. I love that. You just at a friend's stream, didn't feel welcomed by one of the people in chat. That's unfortunate. Saw that I was live and like, oh hell yes, get in a pillow and blanket. But see, you already got a blanket. Somebody already threw a blanket on you. Thank you, Elaine. Gaming is going good. I have an entire solar system terraformed in this crafting game that I don't play crafting games and I didn't really want to play it. And then I watched my friends do it and it was so pretty and the music was so cool. And the graphic, look at this shit. I have animals. I have motherfucking animals. And I gotta feed them, and it's like all the best stuff ever. It's everything I wanted Stardew Valley to be, and Stardew Valley just was not the game for me. Beautiful game. Not gonna be shitty about anybody who loves the hell out of that game. It's a great game. Not my game. Guy hates you and you don't know why? Some people were just not raised properly. I'm so sorry. Because they just, basically, it's like you're enjoying yourself in the library, reading a book, minding your own business. You don't even have to be interacting with anybody else. Some other asshole comes in there and just farts. And what are you going to do? Right? They're just going to stink bomb the whole place. Oh my god. I'm going to need a whole new storage facility. Okay, they're coming to get some stuff. Yeah, yeah, this is the only one that I've been playing. We need more water. But the graphics are so pretty, it's procedural. So, that dude. Oh, look at this shit though. I have a flying car. Does Stardew give you a fucking flying car? No. I might have a job though, PG. I've been unemployed since October. It's been hard. I'm not gonna lie. I hate it. I mean, not to say I've been fighting to get back on a cash register or any shit like that, but, oh. Alright then. That's what the chip does. It's exactly what I was hoping for, so I'm hoping it's not a big scam. But it is remote work from home on my computer, working with AI model training. And since I was a school teacher, it's kind of where was my location? Where did I blow that shit up? No, not that button. Grandma, why did I get you keycaps if you're not going to pay attention? So yeah, I can just log into the website they provided. Oh, I'm supposed to be over here. That's there it is. Found it! I mean, I just started like 2 days ago. Beep, beep, beep. Look, that bitch already rolled into lava on me. I know. It feels like it could be, and it's why I did not get excited about it previous. Because I'm like, dude, I hate this idea. And I was really having like bad vibes about AI in general, but it's not about AI itself. And like I was just saying in chat, it's like in many ways I was like hating on screwdrivers But the problem I have is the people who stab people with screwdrivers. Like, I don't have a problem, but, you know, when you're dealing with a modern society... Oh, we gotta fix this. Where there's a whole lot of people walking around stabbing people with screwdrivers and being generally shitty humans. And it's, you know, everybody's blaming the screwdriver, and you're like, okay, but is it though? Is it really though? Yeah, it does. No, actually, they'll pay me next week. I guess that's one way to get iron, is destroying shit in all these caves. I don't think we're gonna need those in here. Did you bring a fuse, Grandma? Grandma, did you bring a fuse? No. Do you need a fuse, Grandma? Yes. Think you should go get a fuse, Grandma? I'm going. I mean, so far, the one challenge that I was really gonna have with it, if I hadn't known about it, was that you have to track your own time, and I am in the habit of reading a lot. I read things. Like when you say, please read this thing before signing, I read the thing. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff in different games that you only know because you read the thing, and they say, read the thing. And if you don't read the thing, then, you know, you start seeing all the Reddit posts where everybody's like, how come I can't do the... Did you read the thing? What? The thing they told you to read. Did you fucking read it? No. That's why you can't do the thing. It's really kind of a lockstep concept here, kid. I did not read the entire contract, no. I read what they wanted me to do and their onboarding welcoming thing, and the documentation they provided in their FAQs. I'm not going to be able to read contracts. That's a lot of legal stuff that I do not have brain for. Brain don't play that game. Yeah, I'm racking up Terra tokens just from 2 fabric rockets and 2 cookie rockets. Okay, I know that only has iron in it. Although, to be fair, we need iron. So we can just go put it in the car. But it's very much the kind of work that I did as an elementary school teacher. You can ask all the questions. Look, you know, when people say, isn't this job a scam? And you go, what part of retail isn't a scam? We're not going to give you a schedule. You have to show up exactly when we tell you. We're going to make you feel guilty as fuck if it's your day off and somebody else decides to call out sick and we ask you to come in because you were on the top of the phone tree list and you say no? Shit. We're going to make you feel like the worst person on the planet and guilt you into coming in. What about food service? You think I don't read Kitchen Confidential all the time? Bet your ass I do. What part of that isn't a worse scam than, I don't know, I spent a couple hours of my life doing work for somebody that they... And look, if they weren't paying people, this whole thing would have been shut down. You really don't get away with that, to be fair. There's no way they would still be allowed on all of these different job board sites that they're on. So somebody is, you know, finding their good fortune. And the more I do, the more I can see why some people have struggled with being accepted or getting the kind of work they want, is that it requires a lot of reading comprehension and focusing on minute details and also doing evaluations. So okay, so that's the people area. The fuse, where was the fuse box? There it is. As many as I want. I log in when I want. I mean, they've gamified the system to the point where they want you to do more. Right? So it has all of those like Duolingo kind of things and all the other mechanics that other websites use. Sorry. English is my first language. Who knew? There's treasure everywhere, darling. There's treasure everywhere. Alright, so we came in this way. I just need something that gives me money that is not degrading to my soul. You know, so I could sell my tits, or I could work for something that might potentially be... I know there's a staircase there. I'll go look in a minute. You want to go this way? And then south. Let me navigate like a pro. Anybody who's watched me play Hitman is like, is this the same grandma? Crime documentary before opening Twitch today? What are you up to, my friendo? Huh? What are you doing out there? Crime documentaries. Yes, I'm doing this the obtuse way. Feet pics are also needed. I doubt, you know, I don't even understand that in the tiniest bit. And thanks for rooting for me. I appreciate that. And no, I honestly, I've just, again, like I said, I'm willing to do this work. It's mental work. It's remote. I can be on my computer. I can do it from home. Yay, these are ticking all the boxes. It's using a skill set that I've spent years training. Like, I have a 4-year degree in education. It's kind of nice to be able to use it and not have to go exist in a public school environment. I don't have to go buy new clothes. I don't even have to go get a haircut. A whole bunch of stuff I was going to have to do in order to get a job that wants me to leave my house. We have that. I'm not getting a treadmill. Don't even tell me I can deconstruct that. I do not care. No fucks given about the treadmill. Okay, this is my long haul. So what else do we have over here? Did anything else open up as a result? of this fuse. I hope so too. But you know, I haven't done any kind of dating or anything since 1998, so it's been a minute since I got scammed. Alright, I just want to make sure I've gone everywhere. You mentioned not having to buy clothes. For me, the beauty of working from home means I don't even have to wear clothes. I am not that person. I would lose my... Well, I've told you before, my nerves are so sensitive. Like, I am fully clothed when I go to bed. I have a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, sweatpants, and socks. Okay, was there anything else? What have I missed? I feel like we've missed something. No, that's fuses. We got that safe, we got that safe. There were no other hallways here. We're gonna go back to the south. Turn to the west, turn to the west. Okay, and then that's the other exercise room with the treadmills. Sold. South and east takes us back home. Okay. This is the personnel quarters. I think that's it. I feel like we've done all of it. That's the way out. Genoa, the queen of chat. Genoa, Genoa. No, I don't see anything else that opened up. Dead end. That's just back the way we came. How you doing, Jen? I took on a new job doing a work from home AI training gig. Gotta give it a try, right? Got me on in the background. Thank you, my love. Anyway, it's the company you think it is, probably, if you've been looking for any kind of remote work. Yeah, I feel like we cleaned this place out. Alright, we have 2 warden keys. You got a dip, PG? No worries, baby, no worries. Thank you for being here. Always lovely to see you, and I'm so sorry. Hang on. Why didn't that work? Here we go. That, you had to deal with unpleasant things before you got in here. You were 1 at that time? Oh, it was 31. Yeah, I'll be more vocal about it when I see income. That's really the stickler right now, is I could be participating in something. I doubt it. Again, this is something I've seen for well over a year being advertised, so you're hopping off too, Wolfie? Oh man, it's already 2 hours. Thanks for being here. And welcome in, Jen. Love you too, lovely. Alright. Meat pies and mashed taters. Yum. We'll see. All I need right now is income. That's really, really, really the thing that I gotta get moving. I need something coming in. Alright, so... what's next after this one? We're gonna head north from here. Okay, I want to go over here. Alright, so that's north and west. Well, that would be lovely, because Jen, you know better than anybody. Yeah, thank you. That when I have surplus, everybody in my perimeter benefits. You know, I used to talk to one of the pastors I had, and it was just like this idea that okay, we're gonna go over this way more. I need to be on the other side of these. Like, you give somebody a marker and you say, all right, what I want you to do is I want you to color this white tablecloth. That's your job. I want you to take this marker and get as much color from the marker onto the tablecloth as you can. Oh, I'm not there yet. Over more. Okay, now we need to go south, east. And then you have one person who might take that marker. I mean, you think about all the ways you would try to do that. If that were your task. Okay, let's see what the map here says. Okay, it says I need to go here. Right there, in fact. Oh, right where that glowy yellow thing is. You think that might have been a clue? Maybe. What's that glowy yellow thing? Yeah, you can't destruct that. Alright. And from here, we're going to head northeast. Alright, so I think... God, I can't hide these things. I think I want to be up here to this one. Alright. Let's see if we have a climb up somewhere. Well, that worked. If it works, don't fight it, right? And that's kind of the way I feel about this job. Alright, now we're gonna head more northeast to... about 2,400 by 1,000. Game just went Heegagurk. Oh my god, Becky, it's so pretty here. Put me up. Why you know? Come on, let me Bethesda this. Come on. Come on! Have it! Let me have it. Alright, I'll take the vine. Alright. Wrong way. I want 2,400 by 1,000 down on the bottom left. Ignore the middle. Hello? What are those doing here? What is all of this? Ice? Why is there ice in this cave? What happened here? I have concerns. Save the game. Bonsoir! La Sardine! Comment ça va? I'll never forget being mortally embarrassed when we had French exchange students when I was in high school, and forgive me if I've mentioned this before, that one of the students, they were high school students from France who came to the United States. I was living in the state of Delaware on the East Coast, and we had exchange students come in. And one of them put me on the phone with their mother. They had a phone call home, and we had been taught so much. I was a freshman, so it was like my first year of official French language. I had done my own like little personal study beforehand, just with books from the library, for what that was worth for a 12-year-old. But hey, libraries are great. We love them. And So she was saying, "Comment ça va?" And I was like, "Oh, je ne comprends pas." And not that well even. And I was like, "Huh?" And so she was like, "Ça va bien?" All I knew was like the "Comment allez-vous?" I did not know. They had not taught us "Ça va bien" as a way of saying "How are you?" That it was a parallel. Like everything they teach you at the very beginning is all the very most formal stuff. I'm like, oh, that's such a shame. And so I'm sitting there like, I don't understand. And I'm sure she was like, the fucking French students in America, what is wrong with them? They ain't teaching them nothing. Times nothing, carry the nothing. And, we're gonna need some explosives. Yeah, it is. I really think that most French classes should be taught with, like, the cartoons that French children would watch. And the books that French children would read. Because one of the things I did learn in my education degree was, if you ever want to learn something new, go find a children's book about it. Somebody was trying to get a lot of power here. And also, that will teach you the fundamentals of basic language, right? You don't need a lot more than that. Long weekend in France. Yay! Went to see the guys you recommended yesterday, and the app ejected me and you couldn't come back. That's evil. We'll have another recommendation today if he's still alive. And that is voice actor extraordinaire, the voice of Frostpunk. Many of the voices in Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2, voice actor and streamer extraordinaire Jay Britton. Used to watch Asterisk periodically or read Tintin. I should have done that. Truly, madly, deeply should have done that. Did not. Alright, we have to go get stuff. I'm pretty sure my backpack's full. It is. So let's go home. Home, Jeeves. And then we will take a break. And then we will come in for the last stretch of stream before I head out for the day. When your son was young, we were watching UK kids shows. Yeah, I think that's an advantage so many people in other countries have when it comes to English language, is that you can't turn sideways without seeing another program in English for adults or children. They're just everywhere. The ubiquitous English language. And it's more challenging for American kids to find cartoons in Spanish or French or German or other things like that. Again, you would go to the library to find all those things. Okay. Put everything in there. Sort that. We'll get some more. Do we have more explosives here? I think we've just been making them as needed. We needed several last time, so let's do that. Everything is dubbed in France. No! Heurismont. Oh, okay. I was like, here? Wait, what is... I know what heuristics is. At least I think I do. We should take a fuse. I'm just gathering this stuff before we leave. We needed 3 explosives and a fuse last time, so... it's entirely possible. I know, it's terrible. I don't like dubbed. I like subbed. And, you know, the cool thing is, if you have someone near you who can even, like, read the subtitles to you while you listen. But that's why that one one class I had, which was a 400 level college course, meaning it was intended for seniors' final year, French civilization was taught entirely in French. There was no English spoken in the class, the book we got. Who wrote that? Oh, I want it to be called like Zen or something, but it was French Civilization was the course title. And it was taught entirely through films. I know I've mentioned that multiple times. But when I was in college, I had a group I hung out with some of the kids from the exchange dorm, dated an Iranian guy. One of my best friends was from Munchen. We used to play pinochle. We were demon pinochle players. We were unbeatable pinochle players. It turns out it's a German game in its original iteration, which you can find out if you go to Grandma's Games Lab. You can also go to the YouTube channel and just look at the playlist. And there's a playlist there for the Patreon Games Lab. But I did a whole episode on Pinochle. One of my favorite games. Your son read very early. Yes. Yes, I was also an early reader. It actually made it very difficult for me to teach reading, believe it or not, because I was the youngest of 5 children, and by a large gap. They had 4 kids, and then 5 years later had me. So all of my older siblings were well into advanced reading by the time I was even trying to read. And they were reading to me, so I'm looking at words on a page while hearing them. And I don't remember learning. Like, by the time I showed up in 1st grade, I was reading at a 3rd grade level. So as a 5-6-year-old, I was already reading 2 to 3 years above my age range. And then that just continued my vocabulary and everything. Those early rewards got me deeper and deeper into language and linguistics and stuff. I think it's gross to leave pee on your knuckles. You're not supposed to pee on your knuckles. Yeah, because I had no actual memory of learning to read and the process of learning to read, it was really difficult for me to teach reading. Reading to one another, period, as humans. It's almost like the space we allocate for games is, oh, games are for kids. When for centuries of human existence, games were for adults. Books were for adults. All of these things are for adults. And the idea that you stop doing that, I think, has led to a lot of the I want to say social collapse, where humans kind of forget that you never stop being a child, you just gain levels. It's like trying to say that, you get mastery of certain things, but like games, you're never done mastery until you decide to be done. Oh yeah, absolutely. But I may have told the story already that one of my colleagues, when I was teaching, he taught middle school science, and he read to his kids well into their high school years. He would read to them every night. He was just picking things that were beyond their scope cognitively. Memories of parents reading to you. Used to read to your little brothers a lot. Oh, that's precious. I loved reading and reading aloud and reading for other people. That's why when I say I've been doing public speaking my entire life, it was one of the first things my first grade teacher had me do. Like within my first month there, I remember distinctly it was Timmy the Turtle, and she was like, she asked me to read, around our little table in the classroom, and I read some of the page aloud, and she was like, "Come with me." And she called somebody else in to watch the class, and she dragged me up to the second grade teacher, and she's like, "I want you to listen to her read. Just see what you think." And she had me read the same thing again that I had read for her, and they were like, "Okay, you're in second grade reading now. You don't, first grade reading is not going to help you." Um, and words have always fascinated me. And then by the time I was 9, 10, we were learning sentence diagramming, which when I started taking college French, I remember saying to someone, why you use a certain word when it's the object of a sentence instead of the subject of a sentence. I think it was the pronouns or something like that. And I said, "Oh, well, when it's the object of a preposition, then you use this word instead of that one." And she was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Oh, I guess there's a lot of people who did not learn sentence diagramming growing up." But yeah, gaming, stories. This is what we do. We tell stories, we play games. It is not child's play, it is human play. And when you stop being allowed to be a child, you stop having childlike curiosity, and you stop having childlike wonder. And that's the beginning of becoming a bitter, crusty old asshole. Very early, he did different voices and different intonations. Oh my gosh. I love that. Theater kids born early. Yes. Yeah, if you lose your curiosity and your ability to find wonder and amazement in things, I think that's the beginning of getting old. And there are some people who get old in their 20s because they think they're supposed to let go of playing games. Pilgrimage? How did you sneak in there and I didn't see you, you little shit? I see you now. Oh, no, wrong one. There. Yeah, I started basically reenacting the cartoons and things that I watched and mimicking the voices of people, and I became a really accomplished mimic, which really helped with my singing because, I could go through like Barbara Streisand's Broadway album and just basically mimic her tone. Is PG streaming? Thanks, Jen. Um, okay, this is going to be our last break of the day. La Sardine, you get in here and you are so engaging and fun to talk to. Not that the rest of you aren't, but a lot of you are trying to get other shit done while you're here. So I understand that not everybody can come in and hold full conversations. But thank you so much. We get to talk about so many fun things. And the rest of you honestly have heard all of it before. It's not like you've missed any of this content. I'm not James Joyce's Ulysses by any stretch. We are definitely a 20-page picture book over here. My sister just texted me, so let's go ahead and get our ad break up. I'm going to hit some buttons. You're going to get 2.5 minutes. Here's some pretty music. I will be our beep. Please stick around for the next section. Then we're going to end. Hello, everybody. Welcome back from the break. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're still tuned into Grandma Plays a Game. Hello, my love. I'm Grandma. This is my channel where I play games, and hopefully this is a place you can stop by. Maybe I'm your after-dinner decompression spot. I love it. For some people, I'm the pre-heading off to work spot. However you find your space here, you are welcome to be here. You might get some stories of past events. We try not to do too much on current events, but I would love to make sure that this can continue to be a fabulous oasis for people. Just, you know, put down the troubles of the world, leave them over there. They'll be fine. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, at least where I live. My favorite time of the day. All right. We're going to finish up in this last little bit here. So probably about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes. Try to find a few more secrets in Planet Crafter. We're already at 100%, so it's kind of like, now what? Everything's 100%. Now what? There's more to do. There's more goo to go. No, we're we finished toxicity, but that is thank you, Jen. Thank you so much. I appreciate your company. Thank you for being here. I hope things are going well for you. I keep forgetting to ask everybody else how they're doing. Oh, did I not bring my water? Hang on. All right. Well, I guess we'll just see how this opportunity goes, and if it turns out to be some kind of a scam or something that's not presenting itself as it really should, then we'll find out soon enough. You're doing your school stuff, finished 3 assignments. Well done. I do like working on the computer, though. And I do like being able to go in and do an hour and then go off and do something else and then go back in and do 2 hours. So kind of just whenever I clock in, if there's work to be done, there's work to be done. If there's not, so far, I mean, it's been steady on, and I think that's because I'm new and there's an interest, I'm sure, on the part of the company, which might actually just be run by AI. For all I know, the whole thing is AI all the way down. You got to get ready for your sessions later, Opal. Love you bunches. Thank you for being here. I hope everything goes well with you and your little charges today. And let's put the game back up on the screen. Muchas, muchas, baby. And hugs to the kitties before you go. There's miles to go before I sleep. Okay. Going back up to the north. Take off to the great wide north. Take off. It's a beauty way to go. For those of you who know, the call of the Canuck. Just keep your nose up. Can't fall if you don't look down. I mean, you probably can, but... Alright. You don't really take damage here, so... Aw, yeah, it looks so Lara Croft. Don't be the hoser. Alright. Aha! You want data cards. I know where they are. I think I put them in the truck. Dude, where's my car? We should probably bring the truck over here anyway. Probably a smart idea to go get the car. Yeah, the McKenzie brothers. Bob and Doug. I'll never get tired of flying in this game. I cannot even imagine what would make me not love flying in this game. They keep giving me blueprint chips, but I don't think I have any more blueprints. I think I have unlocked all the things. Unless they released new things that could be unlocked. I am fairly certain I have them all. Where are the data access cards? Are they all the way back at camp? Strange Brew. Oh, I forgot they made a movie. I used to watch the TV show. Yeah. Do I even have a garage anymore? I don't think I have a garage over here. I think we destroyed it. There it is. Data access card. You know what? I'm just gonna go check it just to be sure. Right. Nothing. No, we didn't leave anything precious in there. My brain was trying to tell me we left something in there. Did we put data chips in here? I really thought we had like 3 or 4 of them. I guess I was mistaken. Oh, wow, I had a bunch. Go figure. Okay, well, we have another explosive. Yeah, I think I killed the garage. Does anybody see a garage around here? We took it down when we were restructuring all of this. And I don't think I put it back up. We just have the one up at R&D. Oh well, I'm not going to call it all the way up there just to fly it all the way back. Ooh, ah. I mean, let's be clear, dominantly, this is just a fabulous mobile storage unit that the drones will come empty out for me. Gotta know how to surf the wave. I dislike a lot about the car. It does not want to get the height that the regular jetpack will get. Hey guys, how you doing? Wait, is this where I'm supposed to be? Ah, it's right over here. Hello. That's the thing I was looking for. Now it's a shiny. It's because I got a special chip in my head now. I went the cyberpunk route and put a whole chip in my brain that tells me where all the special stuff is. Which was crazy, because how many? See, I know we have more. I know there's more somewhere. We had a whole bunch of them. They're not in here. I have 3 warden keys. I know what I could do. Maybe. Let's see if it's even possible. I was gonna say, maybe I can tell my drones to bring them to the car. You are so smart. Yes. Okay. Now we're gonna go pet the animals for a minute. The drones should be able to find them. They should all be in sort me containers. I know, you guys are all on cookie duty. Great minds think alike. I don't see anybody heading out my way. Is the signal not being sent? Well, let me go check the, while that's happening, let me go check the next site, which is at the front of the ship over here. You're so smart. I have the smartest friends. That's the trick. Surround yourself with intelligent people. If you end up being the smartest person in every room, there's something wrong. Alright. I'm looking for the shiny. I see it. Elaine got some dishes done. Awesome. I don't see any drones heading out to the car. Well done, Elaine. Cookies for you. Alright. My sister said that she was kind of run down after work. She's on the east coast of the US. Nobody's flying out. I don't see any drones. Thank you, Jen. There's 80 drones in this place, guys. That does not appear to be 80 drones. You're telling me you cannot break off one drone? Meanwhile, I'm right fucking here, right? Like, Grandma, you're right there. What the? I might be lazy. And the floors? You mopped floors? like doing that stuff. I don't like doing the nasty ass. Oh, there's the garage. Now let's see if somebody gets off their little drone ass and makes something useful happen. I don't know. I'm gonna go look for them. Well, the drones are getting their shit together. Don't be shitty to the drones, Grandma. They are just... You know what? It's unnecessary violence. You do not need to be like that. Just a bunch of little drones doing their droney best. Well, apparently I can't craft them. Where am I supposed to fucking find them? Are you gonna tell me that there's a whole bunch of other facilities I need to go to or something? I don't like them nasty things. I don't... Because then I gotta touch things and shit. I think my cookie and fabric empire is taking up all the drones. You did not get anything. Where did I leave? Did I leave them in the... Were they in my other cape? Not here. Not here. Not here. Those are all my sort me cabinets. Um... Golly. They can't be created. So... I'm just gonna check, because it's possible I left something in one of the crates at the front of this area. Because this was the first one we did today. Yep, not 100% yet. 100% terraformed, not 100% investigated. I distinctly recall putting some in a crate and being like, we'll be back for you later because I know I'm going to need you in here. Finding them through the portal? Oh, maybe tomorrow. We ain't doing that today. There should be no more blue boxes left around here. I got rid of all of them. It's possible we have a son of a glitch. And they are gone. I guess I missed a treasure. I missed more treasure. Wow. What? Are they upgrading the aquatic wall? Can I have shells? Delete it. I want this. I know I can have all of this. I have all of that. We do not. We do not. We do not. That's so cute. With the little... Oh, I want it. Mishu? Wee. Wee. I want it. Oh. Shit. It's in the car. You know it's in the car. The car that was right here. The one that requires the 5 data cards is in the very north at the waterfalls. Past the habitat for the long-legged sheep. I can't believe I just did that. It's alright. The other thing is I have a second playthrough that I just started, so it's entirely possible. Nani? Y'all know I had a card, right? I am not hallucinating. We saw that. These things got a shelf life on them? Oh, I know where there's might be a bunch of them. Speaking of portals. Smart. SMRT smart. Thank you. Are you requesting those? No. I guess I didn't finish this one over here. ADHD is an actual disease. Oh, because they're procedurally generated. Isn't that the case? Like why your save is distinct from mine? All of the recs and portals and everything are all uniquely created. This one is the one that's next to aluminum fields. Sorry, let me be clear about that. Okay, this is the big safe room. Sorry, the one that needs the 5 data cards is up at the waterfall in the north. This one is the one by the aluminum field. Alright, that's all of those. Done. Make sure we got this. We did. That's the pool. Living quarters. Nope, we got all that. Okay. Yours is definitely different. Well, at least I assume that's what they mean. I haven't really seen anybody else's place, but I assume they mean when they say things are procedurally generated, like I know the trees spawn differently every time you load into your game. But it's what allows the uniqueness for each player. Oh, I'm craving curry again. I've eaten so many cans of chickpeas. Alright, well we have 4 warden keys. I need 5. I know I have a place that requires 5 warden keys. We can't do that data point. We have 20 minutes. Let me see if there's another warden shrine near here. There is. There's one over in... Is that sulfur? That looks like sulfur. Let's go check sulfur then. Save. Just gonna leave the car here then. Pretty cheeky to put it over here in sulfur. So it's at the north. I don't think I found this one already. I know, yellow on yellow. Should be in this area. I may have discovered this one. Because that's what might have started me on this whole thing. I'm like, what's that? Of course, it could also be on top of something. You'd think I'd see the glittery, though. Could be in the wrong direction. I am directionally dyslexic. We don't shame people about that. Okay, I don't see it. So let's move on to the, probably what might be the last one. Which is in Meteor Crater. Oh wait, let me look here. Where am I on the map? I just want to make these go away so I can see the map. Please. Alright, so there's... Am I even in the right place? Yes. Alright. Let's go down to Meteor Crater then. Which is practically due south. Oh, you're saying things like that. I have that other tab up. One in the canyon, it's on top? Wait, wait, wait. This canyon? Oh, the huge one I was in before the break. Oh. Wow. We'll check that one out tomorrow. We'll just keep doing these. That's a vulnus plant. That's not a shrine. It is nice to see the flowers out in the wild. Meteor crater. East. Uh-oh. That's not where I want to go. I love this game so much. This little gentle build in the music. Come on, let me up. I'm not even using F4. You can do it. I believe in you. There it is. Thank you. And we might have already picked up this one as well. Since they don't show up on the map. They don't. Oh, no, we didn't. We didn't. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Got about 10 minutes to go. Can I get to any others? That one's in a cave. Okay, I think we got that one. There's one down on the beach. There's two down on the beach south of here. Yeah, I find it... Like, Stardew was an anxiety-inducing thing. I wanted Stardew to be this. I was like, oh, a little farming sim. I love these things. But everything about the music was very Mario. And not relaxing. This is my resort. I'm creating a place for all of my friends to come decorate. Alright. Put their own music on? I guess. My problem is about the only other music I enjoy is the Cyberpunk soundtrack. Oh, this does not look at all. Okay, I have to go out to an island with a big purple tree. Oh, I should hover over it and just get the exact coordinates. You know you can do that, right? You know you can just get the exact coordinates in fist shape. 1330 by 1329. Okay, so this is minus 1330, minus 1328 by positive 1322. Pull it out. Hi, Sharky. How you doing? You've got buddies. Hi, buddy. Hiya. Hello, smile. Hello. I love all the animals. Oh, yeah, it suits the game, for sure. Nothing wrong with it. Certainly not saying... I mean, Concerned Ape wrote that whole damn thing himself. Themself. Whatever, I don't know who they are. The other one that's over here is at minus 1435 and positive 556. Minus 14. Oh shit, I lost it. Well, I know it's this direction. Ah! Brilliant. Okay. Specky in the meteor field next to the wreck. You mean the, that whole underground... you know what? There is another ladder underwater in the meteor. But I might have to do that tomorrow because I can see my timer counting down. This is where we did our proof of concept yesterday, where I proved that you could put storage cabinets in every corner of a 3x3 on the 3rd level and the 1st level, and your auto crafter, we had this dead center. If the auto crafter is dead center, it will catch every single corner all the way up on the 3rd level, all the way down on the 1st level. Now, every bit you move it to one side or forward or backward, everywhere you move it in that trajectory is going to eliminate a certain corner. But if you keep it dead, if you keep one dead center, not only can it hit all the corners, then that means it will be able to hit all the sides. So if you did an array of auto crafters back to back. Oh, 2 different subjects. The ones I want to go see are the snoobers in the lava field. I did get the gold crate up there. We did go into the sad cave. Yes, well, we'd proved it. We absolutely proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt that that is a thing you can do. So, Um, because I like efficiency, and I don't necessarily want to live in a world that has nothing but uh, you know, just non-stop storage cabinets and auto crafters making everything non-stop, ad infinitum, and that's inefficient. And that's where I say, excessive wealth is inefficient. If you're not using it, it could be used elsewhere for other purposes. Hoarding is always morally questionable and psychologically questionable. It should be considered a disorder. Okay, we did all of this yesterday. All of this place over here. I should have wild snoobers. I think. Yeah, so you could probably put 4 back to back in the center, like in a little cross. And I suspect they would reach... I didn't see any animals in the cave. We were all through there yesterday. Animals. We got the frogs. Oh, I didn't want that. I wanted poppers. Mothers are over there. Sharkies are down there. Oh, snoobers are up in the aluminum field. Where's that? Over here? No. Where's the aluminum field? If you looked on your map, you could see it. I bet. Alright. See? You're not even going the right direction. South. That little speed boost. If I ever get tired of that. Alright, wild snoobers. The toxic ones? Toxic animals? You know what I was gonna test? I'll try to remember for tomorrow. I was gonna test using my toxicity lake detoxifier in the water over there. Since you can use your stuff. I mean, we made snoobers, so they know they're welcome here. We named one of them after Wolfie. Getting good loot for what it's worth. I don't care about osmium. Right? I mean, why not try it? It might say you can't build this here, which is valid. Not a snoober in sight, y'all. Well, maybe later. We might have to send up... I think we have access to an animals rocket now. But 2 minutes to pre-roll being off, which means it's time for me to close up shop. Last Saturday, and I'm so delighted that you had time to spend with us today. Elaine and Opal and PG and Phil and Genoa and Wolfie and who else was here? Who else did I miss? I always miss somebody, which is why I tended not to do the Mickey Mouse Club roll call. Good haul. There we go. Let those drones have at. Oh, and thank you so much. I do love having myself surrounded in here by smart, caring, thoughtful people who enjoy bringing more kindness into the world than they take out, and that's just amazing. And it's so nice to hear about your son. Do you feel comfortable saying how old your son is now? The elementary teacher in me, because we have another community member who has 8 or 9-year-old. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. That's a handful. I taught middle schoolers. That's a lot of energy. I used to refer to them as my wolf pups. They were above the cub stage, but they weren't full grown. They had that gangly, like, 1-year-old look to them with the long, lean legs and the gaunt faces because they can never consume enough food. And they were big enough that they wanted to be able to hunt for themselves. Like, yes, I can hunt. You are 40. I am 58. Wow. In an alternate reality, I could be your mother. But they didn't like really want to. I don't know, but I still really like having dinner served to me. So I used to joke and say that it was like they wanted to be able to hunt, but they wanted you to like stun the squirrel and fling it behind a bush and then go, it's somewhere in those bushes. And then they could go after it and pretend like they actually hunted it down. But that's okay, because that's a normal development process for people that age to go through. But it's a lot, that early teen space. And then the body odor sets in and like, why did I do this? Not that I ever had to live with them, but one of the reasons I never did is because I learned from all my friends who did. Like, oh, this is not for me. Anyway, I love you all so very much, and I do appreciate your company. I am going to run away and see if my sister is still awake, and maybe I can still catch up with her and let her know. Been through a lot, so you're very close. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I love that for you. Same with my the other community member who talks about their son. They have a really close and loving bond, and that is wonderful and amazing. So, yeah, all I can do is say I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, wherever you are in the world. as we say, try to put more kindness into this place than we take out. And I should be back tomorrow, Monday through Friday, somewhere around 10 a.m. U.S. Pacific time. And if I don't see you then, I'll see you when I see you. And until I do, please remember that I love you. And I hope that you will take a moment before you go to bed tonight and do something intentionally kind for yourself. You gotta fill to pour. So until I see you again, bye-bye!